Hello, world. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Marissa, and I just decided to start video blogging about my current events in my life. And I'll have to go back 4 months. Uh, it's kind of late in the game, almost kind of, but really not kind of. I just decided to do this. I'm a very private person, and this thought to start video blogging just came to mind. So I was like, since I am going through this and I am considered a young woman, and I know that there's a lot of young women out there that probably would never do this or never even think about doing what I did. But anyway, so here it goes. January 9th, 2012, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And the type of breast cancer that I have is invasive and ductal, something that starts with a C. You know, those medical terminologies that we can never pronounce. But anyway, the news was very devastating to me. I had been feeling a lump in my breast for about a year and a half. The reason why it took me so long to get it checked is because when I first found it, it was maybe the size of a pimple, but it was still fillable. And I was in a desert, so there was not much that they could do in the desert as far as figuring out what it was, doing the proper test that they needed to do. So anyway, they would have had to send me to Germany and, get me off of deployment early, which I was like, well, it's not really bothering me that much, but we'll continue to look at it. So when I did come home from my deployment, I went to the VA, checked in, and right away started getting all my checkups and everything done there. So the process started at the VA. At first they thought it was just a fibroid cyst or whatever, but me being the persistent person that I am, I wasn't very happy with that decision. So I got an appointment set up with the Army Hospital here in Augusta, which is Eisenhower Army Medical Center. And I told them my concerns for it, and that whatever it was, I wanted it out of my body because it was foreign, and I know that it had no business being there. So with all of that, preparing for all the tests and everything that they had to do, I prayed real hard about it. I prayed for acceptance, I prayed for strength, and I prayed for courage, and I left it alone. So when I finally got my results, even though you prepare yourself for the worst news, you pray about things, and it's like you still don't want to hear what it is. And that was the case for me. I went to my appointment by myself, and when I got the news, I cried. And of course, that's natural to cry when you get some disturbing news like that. The team there, the surgeon came in right away, the nurses came in, the plastic surgeon came in. So everybody was right there with me and very supportive, and they explained everything from A to Z, and they made sure that I was comfortable with the decisions that were put out and the options actually that were put out to me, and I was. And they told me, if you want to get a second, third opinion, let us know. We'll direct you to the other hospitals in the surrounding area that they work with. And I was pretty comfortable with being at the Army facility since, I am military, and I think that's kind of like my mindset is just to stick with what I know. But anyway, so now here it is, May 18th, 2012, and I'm just now deciding to do this video blogging. And my purpose for this is just to raise awareness to the world, not just women but men as well, because believe it or not, men can get breast cancer too. It's not really a big case like it is in women, but it's starting to become a very normal and common thing as far as women go to get breast cancer. And what I want to let you guys know is, because of your age, because of a location that something is in, don't just go with "you'll be fine, it's nothing to worry about," because it is something to worry about. If you were not born with it, and some kids are born with different types of cancer, but if there is a foreign object that is forming anywhere in your body, not just your breast, your stomach, your legs, if you just have something that has just been going on that's unusual, that's uncomfortable, get it checked out and stay persistent. Stay on the doctors, because sometimes they can be wrong. And I wish that I could have started this a little earlier, just so you guys can see my transition. I haven't changed much. I did lose my hair. I lost my eyebrows and hair everywhere else. I still have my eyelashes, and I still have little hair on my arms or whatever, but everywhere else it's pretty much gone. And that was just, one of the things that I did anticipate. And dealing with this, a lot of people had a lot of things to say, a lot of opinions about different things on what I was going to experience and all this and that. And you have to take it upon yourself to either listen to those people or not. And for me, I am very strong-willed, bullheaded, if you may, or whatever the case may be. I don't care what it is. I decided not to listen to them, to just take all the positive, because once you start taking in the negative and just listening to the negative and just listening to this blah blah blah, then you'll start feeling bad yourself, and then this thing will start taking over you instead of you taking over it. So I decided to take over myself. So I did not experience much of anything that everybody said that I was going to experience. My skin color didn't change. I did not get sick like people said I would. I did have a little ache and pain here and there, but it was not from my chemo itself. It was from a booster shot that I have to get just to boost my white blood counts back to a normal level. And that's just because your cells, they just go into overdrive. And it's just, it's expected. And that was the only thing. I was still able to move around, still able to work. Surprisingly, I still had my appetite and everything. So, I was very determined to take over this invading thing in my body, because I have so much more to live for, and I have a lot of things that I haven't done yet that I want to do, and I'm going to do. So I took it upon myself to take charge. And getting back to after being diagnosed. So maybe 2 weeks after I was diagnosed, I went ahead and had a mastectomy done. So that went very well. And I only had to get one removed, but I wish I had did two, just for I don't want to say balance, but maybe so that they can be the same. So once I start my reconstruction, that would just be one step that I wouldn't have to worry about, is getting the other one removed and then getting them both reconstructed at the same time so that they can look the same. And that's the only thing that I kind of regret not doing, is getting both of them removed at the same time. But that's neither here or there. It's in the past. So and I think it's just sometimes we try to hold on to the things that we have knowing that we're going to lose something that we've had for a very long time in our life or whatever. And it's crazy because, you know, the experience that I had with the surgery is like, it wasn't bad. It's kind of painful, but not very painful. So I didn't really know what to expect as far as my pain level with healing and everything else. But, you know, it wasn't bad at all. I had my family here and friends that came by to support me and just brought me things and, you know, just was just by my side. And it's like your body is at war with itself because, and it's going crazy and it's spazzing out and it's like, okay, what happened? Something's missing. You know, your blood has to find somewhere else to flow to because, you know, a part of it is gone. So, you know, it's expected to kind of like spaz out or whatever or lose its mind, and it didn't cause too much pain to me or discomfort or anything unusual. It was just something that was going on, and you know, some things are hard to explain, just like, you know, sometimes with my treatments, you know, the things that I go through, it's very hard to explain to someone else, knowing that if they've never gone through what you're going through, it's like, you know, why bother even trying to explain something to them or whatever. And, you know, a lot of people would get kind of offended or whatever because you don't want to tell them if you're not having a good day or whatever. But it's just, you know, me, I'm the type of person, I keep a journal of my days with this battle and with this journey that I'm going through. So on those not so good days, I just write it down. And, you know, I pray about it and I leave it alone because I don't want to put a burden on anybody else worrying about if I'm feeling okay, if I'm not feeling okay, if they can do anything or whatever, because the only thing that they can do is sit and listen to you complain. And I'm not going to complain about it. Never have, never will. And what sense is it for me to sit here and tell somebody, oh, well, this is going on in my body right now. I don't know how to really explain it. And, you know, I just rather not. So I don't. And my good days outweigh my not so good days. I'm not going to call them bad days or whatever because I think some people are going through worse things than I'm going through right now that are really having bad days. And I won't call them a bad day. I'll just call them a not so good day. But anyway, I am not going to blabber on and on and on since this is my, you know, pretty much my introduction to my video blogging that I'm about to start. And I will post some videos of my treatment. Actually coming up to my last treatment. Yesterday I had my treatment, and I have treatments every 2 weeks, and I had a cycle of 8. So I had my 7th treatment yesterday, and on the 31st I have my 8th treatment, so that's my last treatment. So I will make a video of that just to show you guys that have never experienced someone getting chemo. I'll let you into my world and I'll share that experience with you. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. You know, I go in and get my vitals checked. I get accessed. And then I sit in this comfy chair that I can recline and lean back in and, you know, just kick my feet up and put my blanket on and just relax. If I want to go to sleep, I can go to sleep or whatever, you know. And I receive my treatment through an IV, through my port that is, you know, in my chest. So, it's not so bad, and you'll soon see what I'm talking about or whatever. Oh, and another thing, I picked up a lot of weight on this chemo because there's steroids in it, and I was kind of freaking out because I was just gaining weight out the yin yang, and I'm like, okay, I don't eat that much, so why am I gaining all this weight? And you know, they explained to me that steroids were in my chemo. So I was like, okay, aha. But anyway, I'm going to